How you doing, Habs fans? This is your boy Keith coming at you from the Spitballing Podcast. Yes, this one took a minute, folks. This one took a minute for me to digest. I know I'm supposed to be here at 8 a.m. I apologize I was here a little late, but this one took a second. I had to go get my Timmies before I can do this one. So where am I going to start? I'm going to start with the goaltending. Jacob Fowler, I think, had a fantastic game last night. I thought he was unbelievable. He made some key saves to keep us in that game. He rebounded. I honestly think he probably should have had the second or the first Ehlers goal, but I think he was outstanding throughout the game. He made some key saves. He kept us in the game when we needed to. He bounced back. He battled. He wasn't rattled because I don't think he gets rattled. He did a little bit more chirping last night, but I just like it when he concentrates on the puck, and not all the theatrics. We all know this. It's when he's just focused on the puck, he's winning games. I feel like every time that he gets into the tries to get into the play, he pretty much they lose the game. But he's having fun out there. He looks like he's having a good time. I don't want to take anything away from him. Enjoy the playoffs and do what you got to do. 8 penalty minutes Dobes has in this playoff, so that's something too. He keeps. I don't know if I like the penalty on Dobes. I thought it was a little bit weak. The penalty on Struble too. I think that was a little bit weak, but Frederick Anderson, he looks like he's struggling with the puck. A lot of these pucks that are hitting him, like we had 12 shots. I think like 3 of the shots that hit him, he was looking behind him, didn't know he had it. And we went to the net on the 2 goals we got. Josh Anderson, elite depth again. It just seems to be Dano line with Anderson has just been unbelievable. So that's the best line. And I actually think it's going to be the difference maker in the series, folks. I actually think that, we got to get that Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slafkovsky line going again. There was no room for them to skate last night. Zero. They got the puck, and there was 1 or 2 Carolina Hurricane players all over them. So that's the next thing. I mean, they got to get going. And I hate to say the cliches of simplify it, but I think in this case it actually applies because there was a lot of kind of bad passes. I think of the 3 of them, Slafkovsky was probably the best of the 3 last night. And I hate to say, but Suzuki needs to just take a look back there before he's making really bad. He gave up the puck a few times. I don't know. I was kind of watching him, and it seemed like he was kind of struggling a little bit. But I think they'll get it going. I always do. Marty St. Louis knows how to adjust systems, and I think that that'll be the key factor. You got to get their top lines going because, Aho's line's not really been going either. The Taylor Hall's still mad. He's frustrated, so let's keep that going. They haven't been doing much. So, Ehlers has been the one who's going for Carolina right now, but let's just shut that down. And I'm going to come out and say it, and this is the truth. I think Kapanen, he's fallen into the Tampa Bay series kind of mentality again. He's not keeping up with the play. And I think he's got to come out. And I'm going to say it. I think Gallagher should come back in. We need some aggressiveness. We're getting out hit 46-16 last night in the shots. And this is a series where we need hits because I don't think that the Carolina Hurricanes are a relatively big team. And they shouldn't be just absolutely manhandling us on the hit column. I just don't think they could. Not when we have guys like Gallagher, when we got guys like Jack Guy, and Anderson is our guy, right? Struble, I don't think he played a bad game last night. I don't, nothing to ride home about. But at the end of the day, he took a bad penalty, kind of put us in that situation. And I think, we put Jack Guy back in there because I think, honestly, they could utilize Jack Guy in this series a little bit more because of the size of Carolina. I think he'd do some damage. So let's do that. Let's bring Jack Guy back. Let's bring Gallagher back, and the other 2 need to sit. I was a little upset about the loss, folks. I'm sure all of you were upset about it as well. I mean, there was a lot to be upset about. We lose the game. But honestly, this is fun times, folks. Here we are. We're in the semifinals of the NHL and we're playing hockey. End of May, we're playing hockey. And I love talking to you guys, and I hope you guys are having fun because I'm enjoying it. I know there's been some stress. I thought everything was fine yesterday on the ticker part when, we're going into game two. It was just game two. It wasn't an elimination game, but at the end of the day, you just can't relax. So, Habs fans, stay with me. Let's do this. Let's keep going. I'm sorry I was late today. I apologize. I know I said beer at 8, but I had to soak this one in. Kirby Dach's got to start picking his game up too a little bit. He's not even a little bit, a lot. Kirby Dach needs to be way better. He is a way better player than what he's putting out there on the ice. I feel it. I know it. He's just not. Is a lot of I don't know, just lazy plays from him. And then if you're gonna go out there doing lazy plays, then you gotta then sit him on the bench because we don't need it. Now I know MSL is going to stick with his lines through in and throughout. Mine is probably Gallagher and Jack-Eye, but at the end of the day, he's going to ride and die with his lines, and he's a very patient man, and rightfully so. They've gotten him this far, so I don't think it's I don't think you just change it up because. No, the guys like Reinbacher and Beck and all them, they're not going to be coming in. I don't think you put them into this situation. I mean, I think that's a development suicide at this point. And I'm pretty sure that they probably didn't, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put them in. I think it's crazy to put those guys in right now. Well, folks, I think this one was a wake-up call. I think I told you guys from the start, it's not going to be an easy series. We all had fun in game one. Little bit of rust on Carolina, but Montreal capitalized. They were quick, they were fast, they were snappy. They took the situation into their own hands and they were faster. Montreal hesitated a little bit in last night's game. There was a lot of hesitation in the Habs game last night. You could see it. Bad passes. Transitional game, just couldn't. Flipping the puck out, it was just right to Carolina. Now the giveaways, the giveaways on the day were pretty, I don't know. Carolina actually had more giveaways than Montreal. I don't know what they consider a giveaway in the NHL. But if you're looking at these flip passes out down the ice and then Carolina just goes and gets it, I'm going in that because that's just as frustrating to me. Because if you're just giving it back to them, and then they come back in and it's just a ozone time for Carolina, then that to me is a giveaway. But I guess they classified as the, just putting it from puck, stick to stick kind of thing. So yeah, the Canadians have their work cut out for them this series, and it's okay. I mean, Carolina came out, they adjusted. And what has Montreal done time and time again? We haven't lost 2 in a row this year, all year long. We've won both game threes that we played. You know that they're going to adjust. They're not going to be coming out playing that game. And they know that they have to create space. So they will. They'll create their space. And Montreal will probably put up a good fight. Now, they put up a good fight in last night's game. There's no question about that. I mean, they only lost 3-2 in overtime. And they lost it to a shot from Ehlers that Dobes had no chance on. That was a beautiful shot. So let's bring it down a notch, folks. Everybody's okay. Habs are going to be fine. It's going to be a good series. We've got lots of series left. And I think the key factors of this is going to be our top lines. What one can get going. Montreal's needs to get going. They got to find space out there. But we got to start hitting them too. I think that'll help. I think that'll help start generating some space. But we can't just throw 16 hits out there and 12 shots on net and then expect the game to be won. It's not going to happen. Frederik Andersen does not look good. He's not being tested, and he needs to get tested. We tested him in the first period of game 1, and guess what? We scored on him a lot. And half the shots that would hit him last night's game, he didn't look like he knew where it was. So he's not comfortable in there. He's not feeling like... I see a confidence issue almost. So let's take advantage of that, folks. Montreal's going to be loud on Monday night, 5 o'clock Pacific. I get the times wrong. I feel like they change them on me. I see one time and then they throw another one at me, but I think it's 5 o'clock Pacific. So it's going to be a little bit later for you people on the East. 8 o'clock, I think, but you guys will be there. I know you'll be there. You'll be there in droves. God, I'd love to be over there with Montreal right now. All right, Habs fans. I hope everybody's feeling okay today. I know it was a long wait. It felt like forever to get this series going, and here we are. We're going into Game 3. We're going back to Montreal, tied at 1, which is a good place to be, folks. It's a great place to be. You know Marty St. Louis is going to adjust, so don't panic on that front. Dobes is going to come out great. He said it himself in the post-game. And one thing I liked about our post-game coverage last night, folks, was this. The Montreal Canadiens look good. They look calm in there. They didn't look like they were rattled. They're calm. They know what to say. They're saying the right things. So I'm excited about that. That to me gets me ready for Game 3. So once again, I love talking to you guys. This has been a blast. I'm loving the playoffs. We're still going May 24th, and we're still talking Habs. We're still talking Habs games. Is this not exciting? Shout out to the Carolina building though. That was the fans showed up. They showed up for Carolina. I mean, it's not as good as the Habs in the Bell Center, but they definitely showed up for them there. So good for them. Still nothing on the Habs. I'm going to sign out. If you guys want me to keep coming back with more content, I'll try not to be late. Had to get the Timmies this morning, folks. Sorry about that, but it happens. I'm going to sign out, leave you guys to it. I'll come back at you with a little preview tomorrow morning of what we can expect. I know everybody was, just before I leave, I know everybody was a little bit concerned about Hudson. I think MSL came out today. He said that Hudson is fine. He'll be back in Game 3, no problem. He got that Charlie horse off of Taylor Hall there. That's all Hall can do. No factor. Anyways, folks, this is your boy Keith from the Spitballin' Podcast signing out. Montreal loses 3-2 in overtime. Series tied at 1, going back to Montreal for game number 3, 5 o'clock Pacific, Monday night. All right, folks, we'll talk soon. Keep it positive.